Hello and welcome to the Nova Show, Real Estate Records. I'm Danna Castro, your host for today's episode, and today I'm so excited to introduce Gina Brown. Gina brings about a decade of experience helping Utah clients buy, sell, and relocate with confidence. She's known for her client-first mindset, strong listening skills, and consultative approach that keeps people at the center of every decision. Gina focuses on guiding clients through emotional and financial parts of real estate with clarity and care. Today, we'll dive into her journey and what she sees ahead in the Utah market. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I am excited to be here. Thanks for having me, Danna.
Yes, of course. Well, for our listeners today, could you introduce yourself and share about who you are?
Sure. So as you mentioned, my name is Gina Brown, and I grew up in Utah, lived in California for a number of years, and then moved back to northern Utah County at the end of 2005. So I've been here back in Utah for over 20 years. And we've raised our good portion of our family here, and we absolutely love it. My husband's a California native, so for him to move to Utah was a dream come true. He loves it here. He loves the outdoors and the hiking and camping and mountain biking, all the activities that we have here. It's just been phenomenal to be back in Utah. And I know 20 years is a long time, but when you've been away, you just really appreciate coming back and all that the lifestyle here has to offer. So as you mentioned, also, I've been in real estate for about 10 years, and I do love working with clients, buyers, and sellers. I learn so much from each of my clients, and I'm inspired by them. As a realtor, you are kind of in the really nitty-gritty details of someone's life or family's life for a short time, usually only a few months, but it's typically kind of a difficult time or a stressful time, even if it's exciting and wonderful, like you're buying your first home or you're relocating because you got a job change or promotion. It's still a little bit stressful.
Oh, yeah.
And because where you live is not only one of the largest financial decisions that you're ever going to make, but it also affects your entire quality of life.
Yes.
Right? What schools are your kids going to go to? What kind of activities are available? What's your neighborhood and your community like? What's your access to all the shopping and dining and recreational activities that you enjoy? So it is really important for people to find a home that's a good fit, not only for their pocketbook, but also for their lifestyle.
Yeah, that is such an amazing answer.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of inspired you to get into real estate?
Well, that is a great question. I'd been in business-to-business sales for a number of years. In the Bay Area, I worked in the tech industry and sold all the little components that go into a wide variety of electronic equipment, everything from AV to stop signs to great big circular DIN connectors that are on like light rail and airplane cable and wiring assembly. So, so very, very different field. And when we moved to Utah, I took a few years off to raise our youngest kids. And then it was time to get back into the workforce. And I looked at several options, and real estate just really spoke to me. My husband had been encouraging me to do it for years. And I was a little hesitant because I know it is a very challenging occupation.
Yes, it can be.
More than people who haven't tried it may realize.
Oh, yes. 100%.
So I was a little bit nervous, but part of a lovely team, and we're just like a family. And I've been with this team since I started, and it's been a really good fit. So I hit the ground running, and here I am 10 years later. So
that's great. That's really great. So what do you feel like was the hardest thing when you first started?
Yeah, and it was kind of what I had expected would be. You're dealing with people, like I said, who are in difficult transitional periods in their lives, typically.
Right.
Even if it's a fun, exciting, it's still stressful because there's so many moving pieces and so much going on. So that, and then trying to find clients, I think, is probably the hardest for most realtors who are just getting started.
Yeah.
Trying to find people who actually want to work with you. As you and I were talking before the show started, you said you recently switched to real estate from another industry.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You didn't realize how much was involved in the real estate industry.
Not at all. I actually have also hit the floor running, and we're going full speed. But yeah, there's so much that you learn with real estate and things that you're like, oh, that's not real estate, but it is. And there is a lot of information.
There's a lot to learn. And so I think for me, absolutely being part of a great team was crucial, because I could call my team leader at 11:30 at night. Hey, I'm writing up a contract and I have no idea how to do this. Or how do I respond to this person who has a question or a concern? And I feel like it's forced me to grow in my relationships, in my emotional maturity, and in my patience. and I don't just mean like patience with people, but patience in allowing the process to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And in incredible ways. So it's been such a blessing in my life, but also a challenge, which is, I think, the way it is with all of us. No matter what we're pursuing, the challenges are the best part of it. Maybe not in the moment, but when we look back on it.
Yeah. So when you first started, what was your way of prospecting, and how has that changed now that you are more seasoned?
Oh, that's a great question. So again, I was part of a team. Our team did provide leads for us, but they were all online leads.
Okay.
So we had to call them and try to build a relationship with someone who we'd never met, over the phone. And of course, that's changed now. I have most of my business comes from repeat and referral clients.
That's great, yeah.
Yeah. But I still work online leads and database leads and farm and things like that. But
that's great.
Yeah.
How can you build a relationship with somebody that you are calling for the first time? They probably don't know you. How would you build that connection?
Yeah, and that is such a great question, and I think it's a challenge that we all face. And I would say that process has changed over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Because we are bombarded constantly with spam calls, right?
Oh, yes.
Like 30, 40, 100 times a day.
Could be.
Yeah. And as a realtor, I feel like I need to pick up a lot of those calls if it doesn't say spam, because it might be someone who wants to know about a house.
It right? Could be, yeah. You're answering every text, every email, every phone call.
Yeah, and I think the general public doesn't. They just block those numbers without ever answering them. But any way that you can actually make an initial contact with someone, I think it's crucial that you're leading with a giving hand, which is not new. I'm sure most people would understand and recognize the value of always leading with something of value.
Yeah.
It's not about me. It's not about my business, but it's about this family or this individual that's reached out or registered on my website or has a question. They want to know something. They want more information to make a good decision. And their decision may end up being 2 or 3 or 5 years from now.
You never know.
Or it might be a month from now.
Yeah.
Or they might not ever buy from me. But if I can leave them better than I found them, as far as their knowledge, their understanding, and even just feeling maybe better about themselves that day, then I feel like I've done my job, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. That's so sweet of you. What is one misconception when you are dealing with those newer people who are maybe first-time home buyers?
I think there are a few that are more common than others, right?
Okay.
Everybody comes at the process from their own unique perspective. But I think one of them is not understanding the importance of actually figuring out the financial side of things on the front end. But if, that's obvious because everybody gets excited about going and looking at homes. Right?
It's the
that's
exciting
fun.
part. Yeah,
that's the fun part. So we want to get out and we want to look at homes. But if we don't really know what our best budget rate or price range is, that can be a little bit frustrating. Either we're looking in a budget that's lower than we could actually afford. Mm-hmm. And so we're looking at, and I have a lot of first-time home buyers, especially that are very conservative, which more power to them, right?
Right.
They don't want to break the bank. They don't want to be house poor. They want to have sufficient funds to do the vacations and do the things they want to do, right? Or save for retirement, all these great things. But maybe they could spend a little more on their house payment and have a home that would be a better fit for their family. On the other side of the coin, we have people who are looking at homes that are way over their price point. And
I feel like that's the most common one.
it can be, right?
Right.
And then it's really hard to come back to reality and realize that that's not going to be a good fit for your budget.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing and discouraging. So I think it's really important to work with a great lender very early in the process. Someone who will explain to you all your options. If there's anything you need to do to fix your credit so you can get a better interest rate, and kind of what the fees are that are associated with buying a home.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize that there are going to be some additional fees involved with buying a home, and you need to be ready for those. How are you going to pay those? Are you going to ask the seller to pay for them? Do you have extra money saved up for that? Are you going to roll it into your loan? There's lots of options, and not one option is right for everybody. So
every situation is different, huh?
Yes. So having those conversations early makes you a much more confident and well-prepared buyer. Yeah.
How do you go about having those hard conversations? Because those conversations can be a little hard.
They can. Well, so I think it's crucial, again, to have a stable of great lenders, right? That you know, because not one lender is going to be right for everybody. Just personalities might be different, or loan programs offered might be different.
Yeah.
But to have great lenders who can give your clients excellent advice and that you know will take really good care of them and put their needs first makes all the difference.
Yeah.
So for me, I try to bring that lender into the conversation as early as possible. Just because that's, again, like I mentioned earlier, my goal is to make sure everybody has good information so they can make the decision that's right for them and their situation.
That's great.
I really consider my role more of a consultant and an educator than anything else.
That's a really good way to see like that perspective of it. Yeah. Like we were saying, every client enters a transaction maybe uncertain, maybe like overwhelmed. How do you kind of bring those nerves down from being like kind of nervous to even buy a home?
Oh, yeah. So again, I think having good information throughout the process helps a lot. So when I sit down with a buyer, especially if they haven't purchased a home for a while, or maybe they've never purchased a home, we do a buyer consultation meeting before we go look at homes. We sit down and I have a presentation that I go through that talks about the whole process. I answer questions they have. And I think that really helps a lot of buyers to feel more comfortable beginning the process. And then as we go through the process, things can happen. You put an offer on a home and you don't get it.
Yes.
Or you have a glitch with your financing that you weren't planning on somewhere during the process. Or the home maybe has some deficiencies that you don't find until you have an inspection.
Oh, yes.
So lots of different things that can come up through the process, but still helping them to have good information so they can have confidence in their decision making makes all the difference.
Yeah, that's amazing. Was there ever a year that kind of stretched you professionally? Something that you were not really expecting?
I think every year stretches you professionally, right?
Right.
If you're not being stretched, then you're maybe not working as to the level that you should be.
Oh, wow.
So
I love that you said that. I do.
And maybe stretched isn't always in your profession. Maybe sometimes it's in your personal life or in skills or talents that you're developing or other things that you're pursuing. But I've found that each year I've stretched and learned and grown in different ways. And as we mentioned earlier, I think that's one of the things I'm most grateful for, really.
Wow. That was a powerful quote. I love that. Well, outside of work, what personal pursuits or goals are you excited to focus on as your career grows?
Oh, that's a great question. So I'm a mom of 7 kids and 14 grandkids.
Oh.
And so obviously I love spending time with my family. We do love spending time in nature, hiking and camping and all that good stuff. Lately, I've been really interested in AI
Okay.
As I mentioned, I had a previous career in technology.
Yeah.
And been learning a lot more about the power of implementing AI into my business
Okay.
and into other areas of my life. And it's certainly a hot topic right now. I think there are a lot of people wondering how it's going to change our culture
Yeah.
and our world, right?
Yeah.
And it can be a very scary thing, but it also can be a very exciting thing. And so I feel that it's really important that all of us have a voice in what happens.
Yeah. Because it feels like there's a new AI platform coming out like every week.
Right, right.
So staying educated on those, I feel like, is amazing.
Absolutely. And it can be a little scary, right?
Yeah.
It's a new technology. I don't know how to use it. And I don't know if I have time to try to fit this in around the rest of my schedule. And not everybody's going to be AI heavy in their career or their personal life. But I think understanding the implications of this continuing to evolve technology is important. And I think that it is especially important that we as a population of Earth have a voice in what happens, especially as we're getting closer to AGI and other possibilities. We see robots coming. I mean, I'm talking a little bit crazy here, right? But
No.
we have some fun robots that are coming online and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's just stuff that in the past was all science fiction.
Oh, 100%.
And now it's starting to be more real. And it's such an exciting time to be alive. And so I've been learning and trying to figure out what it means for me and my family and my business and how to use the tools effectively. And
who knows? So, one day we'll see a flying car out there.
Yeah. That's what I heard. So I have kids that live in Phoenix, right? So when we go there, we see the Waymo cars all the time with no drivers, just going around doing their thing, you know. And so
I actually just recently visited Arizona, and I got to see one of those. Like, actually, I was like, whoa, there's actually not a driver. It's just a self-driving car. And my really good friend was like, hey, I went into one. It's not that scary. But I was like, that's terrifying. There's like no control. So I totally get it. You said you have 7 kids.
Yeah.
Couple in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the rest?
So our oldest son is in Virginia, works for the State Department.
Oh, wow.
And then, as I mentioned, we have 2 in Arizona. One's in sales and one is a nurse. Oh, wow. We have a son who's in California, and he's a nurse anesthetist. And lives kind of near Yosemite, so beautiful, beautiful area there.
Okay.
And then we have 3 in Utah. So 2 that are in school, and one that's married with kids and works in tech also. So
wow, a lot of time.
Yeah.
You're a pretty outdoorsy person. What's your favorite outdoor activity?
For me, it's hiking.
Hiking.
Yeah. But I am not anywhere near the hiker my husband is. He's done like 700 miles of the Appalachian Trail, and he wants to do the Triple Crown, which is the Appalachian Trail, the Continental Divide, and the Pacific Crest Trail.
Oh, I haven't heard of those.
Yeah. So when we get done with real estate, or when we are able to take a longer break, a few month break, that's one of our goals, is to do a lot more hiking.
Do you have a favorite trail out here in Utah?
There are so many beautiful trails.
Oh, there is.
But I'd have to say my favorite trail is the one that I can just access right from my front door. I don't have to get in a car and drive. And it's just the Bonneville Shoreline Trail.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll have to hike it sometime.
You can see all across the valley. You can see Utah Lake. You can see the mountains, every time of the year. I don't post nearly as much on social media as probably I should, but when I do post, I love to just post pictures of beautiful Utah, right?
Yeah.
Sunsets, sunrises, mountains, lakes, forests.
You kind of, underestimate actually, how beautiful Utah is.
Yeah.
I have lived here my whole life, so I'm like, oh, that's normal. Like, what do you mean? There's mountains are always there. But then as soon as you actually go into the mountains and let's turn off technology, let's just open the windows of your car and put your head out. enjoy it.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, feels so good.
Yes.
It does. Well, back into real estate. If someone is waiting for the perfect moment to buy, what would you tell them?
Well, I think it would be really important for me to understand what the perfect moment is for them before I tell them anything, right?
Yeah.
I need to understand what's going on in their life right now and what they anticipate will be changing.
Okay.
If they are just graduated from college and they're waiting to get their first big job, it might be better for them to wait
Yeah.
until they've
Got their big job.
got their big job, or maybe they should work for a year or two and get more settled in their career
Yeah.
before they buy. I mean, buying right now is not always the right decision. Sometimes it is, but not always.
Okay.
For other clients, maybe they're going through a divorce, or there's been a death in the family, or they have triplets on the way. I mean, who knows, right?
Who knows?
So their timing might be a little more soon.
Yeah.
And so I think the most important thing for me is to understand what their needs are currently and what their needs will be for the next 3 to 5 years. And again, give them good information to help navigate that process in the time frame and in the way that works best for them and their needs.
That is such an amazing answer. That is. Well, if you had to rebuild your business starting from like fully scratch, how would you go about it?
Oh, I think the most important thing would be to meet people.
Yeah.
And to spend as much time as I could serving,
Okay.
joining organizations where I can be serving, and getting, I'm assuming this would be in like a community I haven't
Yes.
lived in before or something, right? Like if
Right.
you just transplanted me to Anchorage or something.
Yes. Just
Right.
grabbed you and put you somewhere else.
Where I don't know anybody and I don't know the housing market and I don't know what the history of the real estate market is there. I think, again, in order for me to do my job effectively, which is educate and consult, I'll have to learn a lot
Yeah.
and get to know the community and the people and their wants and needs and lifestyles.
Research, for sure.
And actually be in the trenches with them, working elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder, serving in things that are important to the community.
Yeah.
So.
What is a hard lesson this industry taught you that now you value?
Boy, there's so many, right?
What are your favorites?
So I think one of them is, I'm going to be a little personal here. I think one of them is not being offended or having your feelings hurt when as realtors, we frequently go the extra mile. I mean,
Yeah.
good realtors, right?
Right.
We do a lot of service for people. We put a lot of time and effort and energy into taking care of our clients.
Yeah.
And we don't get paid until they've got the keys to their new house
Yes.
or they've given away the keys to their old house, right?
Yeah.
And so we can work for years and not ever get paid.
Wow.
Or we can be most of the way through a process and something happens and the client may change their mind or move on or whatever. This happens to, I think, most realtors at some point in life or another. But being able to move forward and let that just go
Yeah.
and still do everything you can to be gracious and loving and kind and patient
Yeah.
and not get your feelings hurt or
Because you never know. They might
you
come
never know.
back. Yeah.
Whether they do or not,
Right.
right? It's about you doing the right thing and being true to the character that you want to have, having integrity in yourself,
Yeah.
right? So that's really, my husband's also a realtor. We work together on the same team.
Oh, wow.
So for us, that's one of the most important things that our values, I guess, for our business, is that we always try to do what's in the best interest of our clients and serve them as if they were always going to be loyal clients, whether
Right.
they are or not, right? Whether things work out or not, to always give the most and the best we can
Yeah.
and let it go. I heard somewhere the other day, it's like, if you're going to give someone this was more like if you're going to give them a loan or something, but
Right.
it applies, right? If you're going to give something, don't ever expect anything back. Just let it go.
Just let it go.
And let it work out the way it's supposed to.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was really important for me to learn. That was a great lesson.
How long ago have you learned that lesson?
I learned that pretty early on in the business.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Probably my first 2 or 3 years.
Wow. Yeah. And you just brought it with you for.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I do staging for my clients, and a lot of realtors provide staging in one form or another, but we do it all complimentary. We don't charge extra or anything like that. I've painted rooms for clients. I've wiped dirty noses, scrubbed down floors, and I think a lot of realtors do go the extra mile for their clients.
Gotta get your hands dirty.
You gotta get your hands dirty. You just do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah.
And help where you can.
Yeah. Do you feel like staging has helped, like either sell your homes better or in a way just make it look more presentable?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. When a home is empty, it's really hard for buyers, either online or in person, to judge the size of the rooms and also to imagine how they could be used.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when we stage a space, we're creating an emotion, and people always buy based on emotion, and then we back it up with facts.
Yeah.
Right? And unless maybe it's an investor. But
Right.
most of us, if we're buying it for our primary residence, it's an emotional decision.
It really is.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we want to create an emotional centeredness, calm, peace, and happiness when we have buyers walking through a space that we're curating for them.
Yeah.
Right? And we want them to be able to see, well, I really can fit a king size bed and 3 dressers and 2 nightstands in this space, right?
Right.
Or, wow, I didn't know that would be such a great flex room, office / craft area or whatever, right?
Like I could probably do this when I buy it.
Yeah, yeah. Or that dining space is much bigger than I thought. I really could entertain 20 people for Thanksgiving. Wow. I didn't realize I could, right?
Yeah.
So we want them to see the possibilities.
Yeah.
We don't want someone to pass by a home that we have listed for sale that would be a great home for them because they don't see the possibilities.
Yeah.
So,
How far into your career did you start staging?
I've done that more the past 5 years than I did previously, but the market's changed, so I work with more sellers now than I did the first 5 years too, right?
Yeah.
So
Just a little more.
yeah.
What motivates you now that you've been in real estate for quite a long time?
I'd say it's the same thing we've been talking about this whole podcast is helping people accomplish their goals. It's very rewarding to help them through what can be a stressful or difficult process and make it as peaceful and calm and exciting and fun as possible.
Yeah.
And also to have the friendships that come out the other side.
Yeah. Was there a transaction that like sticked with you? Just you.
Boy, they all stick with you, right?
They do, right.
They do, and you. It's funny because I'll be driving through a neighborhood and I'll be like, I showed that house. I showed that house.
I know.
I
what that
sold
house
those
looks
2
like.
houses right across the street from each other at the same time. Those people have become great friends.
Oh, that's
right?
great. Yeah.
So it's really fun to have all those memories. And I think it would be hard to just pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a great answer. When you go into real estate day to day, how do you start your day? Do you start your day kind of researching? Do you start your days phone calls, emails?
Yeah. That's
does
a
your
great
day-to-day
question.
look like?
And there are a lot of different perspectives on how to do your day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I start my day at the gym.
That's great.
So that centers me for the day. I listen to a podcast or a book or something that's inspirational and motivational and teaches me. And I feel like if I can start my day that way, it really centers me and prepares me and gives me energy to get through the day. So that's how I start my day. And then I usually try to everybody's heard the analogy of the jar with rocks, right? And you try to put your
yes.
biggest rocks in your jar first.
Yes.
And so that's what I try to do, is do the most important and pressing things first. And some days we're better at it than others.
There's tough days for sure. Your best isn't the best every day.
And I saw recently, actually, kind of, it's like some days you give 20%, some days you're at 110%, some days you're at 70, some days you're at 40.
Yeah.
But when you look at that overall, just doing what you can, it gives you consistently a certain level of performance and production. So
it's always better than zero.
yes, it's always better than zero. So don't give up. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and
Keep
on
going. It is. And then we got the sand. So from the sand, do you just kind of fill in those rocks?
Yeah. So after we have our big rocks, then we try to do the smaller rocks. And as a realtor, and I'm sure you see this also from your perspective, your time is not really your own. If that makes sense. Like, you can time block and you can say, I'm going to do things during this time, but you also have to be responsive to the needs of your clients.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like my husband this morning says, I'm going to go show a home in 45 minutes, you know, which is what he hadn't planned on doing, but they were available. The home just popped up, and
got to go as soon as you can.
you got to go as soon as you can. Yep.
Yeah.
In the price range they're looking in, homes are selling quickly. So
With that, being a realtor, you kind of have those like, oh, we got to go like right now. We got to show a house, or we got to go to an appointment, or how do you manage that within your schedule?
yeah. So being on a team is very helpful for that reason as well.
Okay.
Because you can have a colleague help you cover it when you're spread a little thin.
Yeah.
And it's always, sometimes you just have to say, I'm not going to be able to make that work. I have another commitment. What's another time that works for you? And do the best you can, but you try to accommodate where you can.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Is there ever a time where you're able to get away other than just hiking and trails, but like vacation? How do you manage that with also being in your business?
Yeah.
Does that also
Such a
include
good
your team?
question. Yeah. And we do. It's wonderful now that we can do so much remotely, right?
Oh, yes.
So my husband and I did just a little 4-day cruise at the beginning of February.
Oh, that's so fun.
And it was fun, but we were working on the boat, right? And
yeah.
we were working on the island, and I had a colleague back here who was on feet on the ground for me. And again, one of the perks of being on a team or having colleagues that you work closely with, where you cover for each other, it really does make it more possible to have a bit of a life outside of work.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Did your husband join the team as soon as you did, or do you kind of tagged him along?
He joined about 5 years later.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How does he like it?
He loves it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
for the same reasons I've mentioned. We love our clients.
Yeah.
Right? And we really feel privileged to be in the details of their lives, whether it's a short time or a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, some people you keep in touch with more than others after transactions are closed. But we feel like it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of their lives in whatever capacity they invite us to, and to help them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very rewarding.
How do you stay in front of the people that you have already helped and consulted?
Yeah. That's an ongoing challenge, right?
Yeah.
So we do team events.
Oh, that's great.
Quarterly. So we have we rent out the Linden Aquatic Center every July, and we have a big event where we invite all of our past clients and potential clients to come and spend the night with us. And that's a lot of fun. We do a pumpkin patch event. We've done pie days for March, you know. We do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So
that is so fun. And is that just like within your whole team?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's our whole team.
Oh, that's great. With your team, have you ever felt like, you know what, this is not going to work out? This is not my team.
No,
Really?
actually,
That's
I've
good.
never felt that.
That's
that's
so
why
good.
I'm still there. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I said, we're a family. And I feel like that's a really maybe kind of unique place
Yeah.
to be in the world of real estate. I know a lot of people look for a while until they find what feels like the right fit for them.
Yeah. How long were you looking for a great team?
I found my team before I was even licensed, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Super lucky.
they were there with
actually.
me from the beginning. You could do it. You can pass that test.
That's
Yeah.
so great to have.
Yeah.
And it's great to have support because I feel like in real estate, you kind of go based on just like clients and clients and clients. So it's good to have those relationships between real estate agents and you kind of learn from each other.
That's so true. And at the end of the day, the agent on the other side of a transaction is not your enemy
No.
and never should be. We're both working towards the same goal,
Yeah.
which is helping our clients have a win-win transaction.
Yeah.
Right. And so there are a lot of agents that when I see their name come in with an offer or they're the listing agent, I'm excited to work with them
Oh, that's
because
amazing.
I know how amazing they are and what a good business they run and that they're going to take excellent care of their clients. They're also going to treat me and my clients with respect and that they'll be creative problem solvers. If issues come up, they're willing to work through it to make it be a success. And so,
Have you ever worked with an agent that maybe wasn't so kind?
yeah, you do get those.
Yeah. How have you gone from that?
Well, I think it comes back to what we were talking about earlier, where you treat them the way you want to be treated,
Yeah.
regardless of how they act, right? You just be gracious and warm and proactive and productive.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we have to remember that not every day are we at our best,
No.
right?
Yeah.
We may not know what's going on in their personal life that's putting an extra level of stress on them, whether it's an agent or a client or a lender or title officer, anybody in the process, right?
Yeah.
So just being patient, understanding, giving people the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
and being who you want to be
Yeah.
makes all the difference.
It really does. Well, when you are helping a client, how do you make them feel like they are your center when maybe you have like potentially 7 more behind you and you're working with everybody?
Well, I think when you're with a client, you need to be with the client, not like doing stuff on your phone,
Yeah.
answering a bunch of messages and taking phone calls, and you need to be with the client.
Yeah.
I think it's also important that you do the research required to give them the answers they need,
Okay.
and that you're warm and kind, obviously, in your approach, right?
Yeah.
That you look into their eyes when they're talking, and it's the basic stuff, right, that makes us
Yeah.
really feel appreciated.
Yeah.
I
feel
saw,
like sometimes that can be
I'm trying to
forgotten.
remember who it was. He does a lot of telling about conversations and communication, and he said, take the other end of this string, right, and let's hold it taut. So they're holding the string between him.
Okay.
And we're holding the string. Then he picks up his phone and lets the string go. The guy's like,
Why'd you let go?
he's like, how did you feel? He's like, I just felt like you were gone.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm still listening. Go ahead. you know? And he's trying. You can't do 2 things at once very well.
No.
So you got to be present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super hard to do
Yeah.
2 things at the same time. You're either not fully there or
You're not fully anywhere.
Yeah.
Or you're there.
yeah.
So be present for your clients and really care about them. Actually, really care about them.
How many kids do you have?
Yeah.
How's your husband? All
Yeah.
those. I feel like that can be a little forgotten. I feel like as you're going day to day and you're just trying to go full speed, you kind of forget the little things.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't just ask the questions because you know the questions.
Yeah.
Really care about the answers.
Yeah.
How do you feel? What's scary about this for you? What's exciting about this for you?
Yeah.
What are your fears? What are your areas where you are confused or you feel like you're not
How can
ready?
I help you feel better about that? Yeah. That's such a great answer. Well, we are running pretty close out of time. So let me ask you a very personal question. If you can give yourself advice, your younger self, what would it be?
Probably the same thing most of us older people would give, advice we would give our younger selves. I think it was Mark Twain who said, when you get to the end of your life, and I'm nowhere near the end of my life. But
No, absolutely not.
But as you age, he says, you're going to regret the things you didn't do a lot more than the things you did do.
Oh.
And so I would tell myself to try more,
Yeah.
right? Have more confidence in my ability to make things happen.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us live small lives and we don't go after our goals because we don't think we can do it.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's scary. We don't know how to get started maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Or we feel like we don't have the resources, we don't have the brains, we don't have the money, we don't have the time. We have too many other responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's true. I don't think any of those things are true. But those were lies I believed when I was younger.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if I could go back, I would try some things I haven't done and not worry about the outcome. Just go for it.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
That is such an amazing answer. Well, thank you so much for listening. And thank you so much, Gina, for joining us today. This was such an amazing show.
Well, Danna, thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure to be with you. Thanks for your challenging questions. Made me really think for a minute.
Yeah, no, they can be a little tricky. So thank you so much, and we will catch you on the next episode.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.